Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 6217 Southeast Mariner Way, here in Hillsboro. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the home. The clean out here is easy to find, which is always a small miracle when you get that. Clean out sits absolutely perfectly straight out from the doorway, and it sits almost right up against the concrete here, so this will be a hard one to lose track of. It's also stubbed up pretty high too. So 3-inch ABS is our access point here. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running. We're going to zero out the foot counter here at the base of the clean out, and off we go. Hoping for good news on this one. The last time I was in this neighborhood, we had quite a doozy of a sewer line. It was about a year ago. I've not done many of these over my 13 years in here, but the last one I had was just atrocious. Just transition there over to PVC pipe. It looks like the line's still 3-inch, but I'll get a better view of that transition joint when the line's... Yeah, so this one got dinged up too. You've got a deformation at the top of the pipe there. I've got a bit of a nasty sun glare on my screen. I'm going to have to kind of reposition things when I reel back in to get a better view of that. Deformations in plastic sewer pipes are not the most uncommon thing in the world, and a lot of times they're meaningless. In most cases, especially when they're at the top of the line like that, not in the flow line where it can actually cause an obstruction. But we're going to take a second look at that on the way out. And so here at about 18 feet, we are hitting a Y connection. This would appear to be the community line. I'm going to push out a little bit further here. And we should, as we're going along here, maybe another 10 feet or so, we should pick up another tie-in for the neighbor to the left of this home, but I think this is draining out towards the main road. Anyway, those deformations can happen from so many different things. Sometimes, you know, someone puts something heavy on top of the line when the line's being installed. Someone hits the top of the pipe with an excavator bucket. There's a lot of things. There's the tie-in right there for the neighbor. So we are into the community line here at this point. I just wanted to make sure that we were actually in that and not hitting. Some of these places like this will have shared sewer lines. They'll tie every other house together, and then that line will shoot off into the road. So anyway, your line here in total is all of 18 feet. Nice short sewer line. That's about a fifth the length of the average line out there. Or a quarter, something like that. Most lines I look at, I've done almost 25,000 scopes at this point. They're usually about 60, 65 feet. A lot more pipe to deal with. A lot more chance for issues to occur. Anyway, leading back to the deformation, you know, unless they're in the flow line where they're significant enough to obstruct flow. Oh, my foot counter stopped working there. Sorry about that. Anyway, unless I see the plastic is stressed and splitting, you know, things that are going to either cause flow problems and or lead to something in the not too distant future, they're usually not worth messing with. Well, they're kind of a visual blemish and annoying to look at, but in a lot of cases, ones like you have here often don't lead to much. But I've repositioned my monitor out of the sun now, so I'll get a better view of that to see how the integrity of the pipe is holding up. And I'm going to shut the water off here. Right now, again, we're at 18 feet out right now in reality. My foot counter's being funny. And if that thing does require repairs, I'll kind of reset things and locate it differently. All right, just located the camera head. Line does a essentially straight shot right to the road here where I just located. That was about 3-4 feet off the curb. If you draw an imaginary line from the clean out to about 4 feet off the curb, that's basically where the line's going. This line may have a little bit of a turn in it, but I think it runs straight.